Hello, 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 hello. Huh, my sound levels are a bit funky. Not capturing the game, is it? It's odd. Hey Andy, could you do me a favour and tell me if you can actually hear the music of the game at all? Because I cannot see it. Audio output capture. Test. Okay, it's just very quiet, yeah. How about now? Can you hear it? I think you should be able to. Yeah, it looks like that's coming through. Okay, hear it faintly. Alright. I think that is because in the game settings... More settings, audio, enable sound, global volume. Yeah, it should be fine. Yes, I think I know what it is. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Yes, you can hear that now. Alright, so we are back again playing Dissidia Final Fantasy. Sorry it's been a week. Yeah. Got into phasmophobia, what can I say? It really took over my life. So we are playing the story mode of Dissidia. It's an interesting story. I actually quite like... There are some bits which are bad and annoying. There are other bits which are poorly written. But there's some genuinely interesting things that they do with the story. I do like how the story is an attempt to link together all of the Final Fantasy worlds, which is pretty cool. So last time we saw Lightning's introductory story. While retreating after parting waves of lightning, Varn strays from his friends. Actually, this story kind of sucks. Varn kind of sucks as a character, but what can you do? He is nearby a lake in the mountains, looking for a way back to Sanctuary. So, Cosmos, who summoned all of these warriors of light to her, all paths back to Sanctuary blocked, aside the others too. So, we are basically in a world where all of the warriors of light have been summoned back. The only problem is that while Cosmos has told all of the heroes she summoned that if they fight enough, they get a crystal. Instantly after that happened, all of these mannequins started appearing, which are crystalline forms of the characters you fight, which is a nice, easy game mechanic to explain why you can fight so many random enemies. I've already actually... Since last week, I got a little bit re-obsessed with Dissidia, and I've just been charging through. So I have a lot of the characters unlocked. Most of my characters are now over level to do the story, but what the game allows you to do is actually level down your characters. So I've actually... my actual Varners are like level 36, but I've put him down to 30 just for this. So we'll get to see Varn not at full strength, but kind of like he's got most of his basic abilities. There's a couple HP attacks that I still really need him to get. But yeah, he's playing like the full version of himself. Anything around here? If we go on, no. I've always really admired how they did the sky and the world map in general in this. Ow, shit. Ah. Why did that not connect? Weird. Oh well, doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah. I love the rifle. Here we go. Inconceivable. Physics, you keep saying that word. You should have run when you had the chance. They kind of prime the player to be able to fight Kefka by giving you the random Kefka enemies just to get used to his moveset as an adversary. This way? No. There we go. The other things I should get? No. Multi-chain. That's fine. So, I'm not going to do any of the extra labyrinths, just because I've already done them when I went through the levels myself, but also just to keep the story ticking along. Because I think for this stream we are more interested in how the game attempts to do storytelling more than anything else. No one's here. Have to make my way through alone. Check my equipment first. Wonder if there's anything in the shop. Yeah. Oh, bonus line, KP minus 26. Yeah, well. I've actually, this particular game, just for purposes of speed, because I have played this game fully and unlocked everything twice now, and both of those were like 300 hours plus. So I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to make sure that I can get all the money and KP I need, so I did put in a couple of cheat codes just for those. Honestly though, the game is wonderful to grind. I honestly really recommend it to anyone. I was thinking they really should give this a nice re-release. Yeah, I won't bother doing the extra ones, just this one will be fine. Yeah, X-Gauge. I can't keep up. Oh shit. Got me with an Ultima. It plays great on the PS Vita if you have one of those as well. And of course I bought all of the DLC twice, both for the Vita and PSP. Ah, fuck. There we go, gotcha. Hey, I leveled up. You should have run when you had the chance. Vitas? I mean, they don't make them anymore, so I'm guessing they'll be kind of pricey. That being said, I'm not sure they're in huge, terrible demand, so... Right, let's go into the story. Someone's over there. Destroy, must destroy all foes. Oh, terror. So, they are trying to blend this story of Varn as a thief into that of Terra from Final Fantasy VI, who was, of course, brainwashed at the beginning of the game. So, in this iteration, in the 12th cycle, Terra is actually on the side of Chaos. Oh shit. Ah, you're gonna murk me! Oh my god. I forgot she had a... When she's in her X form, she does double magic, which is crazy good. I love playing Terra. Bam. You should have run when you had the chance. So I'm not a terribly huge fan of Terra with blonde hair. They decided to go down the actual artwork route for Terra in Dissidia. No, destroy! Grah! She flew away. I actually much prefer her with the green hair, which is like the little pixel form of her in FF6. Luckily, you can change her hair colour to green. I'm a traditionalist, I guess. Large snowy mountain, so we go that way. But I don't think there's anything here. I see a phantasmal Harlequin. Hi, Kefka. There we go. Worked this time for some reason. Now. God, I hate you. Yeah, actually, I do agree with you, Andy. Dissidia is a really good way to get people introduced to Final Fantasy in general. But the people who made this game had such love and devotion to Final Fantasy that it really does open up older players to be able to recognise all of the little nuances that they're doing. On top of that, Dissidia is kind of a sleeper game in terms of its effect on Square Enix, because I actually think that this game is probably responsible for all of the modern iterations of old Final Fantasy characters. This is the game that actually created the Warrior of Light as a concept that is now used in Final Fantasy XIV, and I do think that 14, 15, they owe a lot in terms of their envisage of classic Final Fantasy to Dissidia. So they did an amazing job with this. And the Warrior of Light, at first he is incredibly boring and dull. I remember in the original Dissidia just being like, wow, this guy's really boring. I've grown to incredibly love the Warrior of Light. Like, he is an extremely boring, simple character, but they do, in Dissidia 012, they do show that he is willing to make sacrifices if needs be, and it's kind of interesting. There is a Warrior of Light in Final Fantasy XIV in the current content. It's a primal, and it is taken from this game. Like a lot of the moves are the same, how he looks, how he behaves, and it's incredibly interesting being the enemy of the Warrior of Light. I thoroughly recommend 14 if you have not already tried it. Aha, I thought I saw Orb. Win in 90 seconds. Straight chain. Okay, I don't need KP. Yeah, to be honest, if they just upscaled everything, added a few more things, man, I would love to have this game re-released. And I would pay for it again. Like, that's how much of my life I've now spent playing Dissidia. Let's do straight chain. Yeah. I mean, I need to get through them to get to the chest anyway. I cannot. God, Vaughn. Wrong one. I love Windburst. It is really good at just keeping enemies off kilter so that they're constantly having to avoid this big tornado, which sets you up nicely for another attack afterwards. It reflects magic. It's an incredibly powerful skill. Vaughn is a fun character. And they really thought about his moveset as well. So they looked at Final Fantasy XII characters. Well, they can actually use all weapons, right, as long as they have the licenses for it. So why don't we give him a bunch of different weapons? And for his HP attacks, they based them upon the missed attacks that they could do. Between Vaughn and Tidus, I think Tidus is older than Vaughn. Because Tidus is sexualized, and Vaughn is completely sexless, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm still kind of ill. And honestly, between the two, people say that they find Tidus annoying. I think Varn is far worse than Tidus. Oh, fuck. I fell into my own trap. I actually love using the staff attack, because it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it has good absorption skills, and it generates a shit ton of X-Force, which is great for transforming into your super mode. Yeah, Tidus got memed pretty hard, Varn didn't. But also, Tidus was a much interesting character in terms of his depth and his motivations and his general story. This is my story. But Varn is very one-dimensional and shallow and has no motivation and is an incredibly bad main character. That's why Balthier is more of the leading man. Fighting Kane. And he's dead. Most of the fights when you're doing story mode are actually like speed battles, where it's just how fast can you just blitz through someone. And then they'll occasionally just throw an insanely strong enemy at you. Zidane is Final Fantasy IX. I really hate Zidane in this game. The gameplay is fine, you know, he's a speedy character, but I really hate... They de-aged him so that his aesthetics would... Oh my god, this dude's kicking my ass. They de-aged him so his aesthetics fit better into this world, which, for me, just feels weird. Oh my god. Wow. Why is this creature hurting me? Oh shit. Ah. Let's get over. Okay, let's go to the ground. Let's try shooting him. Let's try going for his pow, kapow. Yeah, Kuja is the main antagonist of Final Fantasy IX. I do find that occasionally the characterization in this game is to kind of reduce characters from extremely interesting, nuanced characters down onto a stereotyped version of themselves. And Kuja does kind of feel like a stereotype of himself, right? He's just constantly talking about being on stage, where he did it like once or twice in the actual game of Final Fantasy IX. I'm trying to walk left and I didn't realise there was a wall there. So, with Varn, his story isn't so bad. I love Terra. Terra is one of my favourite Final Fantasy characters. They do make her a bit too weak. He needs to be constantly rescued, and this is a prime example of needing to be rescued.
Crack me up. Don't want to fight, she says. Who are you? And what did you do to the girl who was having such a blast beating the pulp out of people?
I didn't. I don't.
Huh? That's that girl.
Listen, you're a vicious beast, with vicious power meant for mayhem and destruction. Now tell me, how is a person like that going to decide she doesn't want to fight? You better straighten up, missy, or I'll have to teach you a lesson.
Please don't.
It seems like they're arguing with each other. Yeah, I think I'd better keep out of it.
Jesus.
All right. So much for Mr. Nice, Kefka. Sorry, babe. I only hurt you because you make me.
Ugh. I mean, they do kind of create this weird, abusive relationship.
Hey, leave her alone.
Who? What? When? Where? Why? Can't you see when someone's busy? Run along and play now.
I'll say
I
it
do
again,
love Kefka, though.
just in case you didn't hear me the
It's by
first
being a
time.
dickhead.
Leave that girl alone.
Right. In that case, play dead.
Kefka in this game does grind me a little. I don't think his characterization is perfect. But when they get them right, they really do bring back the old
You're
magic.
about to learn why oppose rhymes with dispose.
Always happy to take out the trash. You're finished.
So the fact that Vaughn jumps into to help Terra here is clearly meant to be an allusion to Final Fantasy VI with Locke. There we go. So Locke having basically attempted to get Terra to open up to him. It's kind of mimicking that relationship.
And here I thought you were just another prepubescent pretty boy. Incredible! That's the most fun I've had in minutes!
Hey, snap out of it. We gotta go. We'll finish this next time. For now, I'm just gonna take the girl.
Ugh, take
Catch you
the
later.
girl. Yeah, this is very Final Fantasy
Yeah,
12
it's
as
been a
well
pleasure.
with Vaughn.
Wait, you're, what?
Yeah, it's a bit too goofy for me. Kefka is an incredibly violent, scary clown.
You just go on and
They
take
just
her
make
with
him
you
a bit
then.
too jokey. Which is weird about the
After
clown.
all, she always comes running straight back into my arms anyway. What do I care? Go on, scram! Cheeky brat, that one. Thinks he can just waltz in and cart off anybody he pleases. Who does he think he is? Never got a chance to say I wasn't sorry.
I think they should have gone for a British voice, you know, for him. But hey, it's fine. All right, Terra is here. Hello. Terra's original name in the Japanese is actually Tina. But when Wolseley was translating Final Fantasy VI all by himself, he thought that Tina sounded way too common, and honestly, it does kind of sound like kind of an Essex name, as it happens. So I think it was probably a good decision. But still. And yeah, they definitely did dumb down the characters a little bit. There are some interesting nuances to some of them. Just checking if I need to buy anything. No, good. Okay. Oops, didn't mean to attack you. Sorry, Cooper. I really thought that with Dissidia NT on the consoles, they had the opportunity to finally create a version of Dissidia with fleshed out characters, but they in fact went the opposite way.
Far enough away they won't find us. Oh, hey, I'm Vaughn. And you are?
Uninterested.
Okay.
You're one of Cosmos's warriors.
Yeah, I am.
Then please, kill me.
Huh?
I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to hurt people or destroy things anymore. So please.
Couldn't you just stop fighting and not use your powers? I mean, that's gotta be better than the alternative.
What do you mean? You're my enemy, aren't you?
People are people, aren't they? It doesn't matter which side you're on.
Oh.
Back there, it looked like you were in trouble. So I did what I thought was right and got you out. I mean, I knew you were on the other side, but what difference does that make, you know?
You don't care?
Nah, not really. It doesn't change anything, does it? What does you being in trouble have to do with Chaos or Cosmos?
Well, I mean, we're both soldiers, and we were summoned here to fight.
Okay, sure. We were summoned here to fight. But that doesn't mean I'm just gonna throw away what I believe in. I decided to help you because that's what I wanted to do. and I have no intention of hurting you.
Okay,
That's not
okay.
me.
Jeez, this is
Listen,
does go around in
don't think about
circles, this
things so hard,
story.
right? You don't want to end up just doing whatever people tell you to, do you?
There is so much music from old Final Fantasy games in this as well. Thoroughly enjoyed hearing that one from 6. Phantom Forest. Okay, let's have a look at this. So, cross-chain can get them all. Yeah, let's do it. Let's flip them up.
Keep up. Take that.
Ow, fuck.
Gotcha.
Some of his attacks are so goddamn quick.
You should have run when you had the chance.
A really nice touch of Varn is that when he goes into his X mode, it says all licenses unlocked, and all of the weapons that Varn will use are actually all of the ultimate best versions from Final Fantasy XII. So when he, for example, is using a greatsword, it turns into the Turnsol, like one of the best swords in the game. Which, you know, that's a lot of different models of weapons that they have to put in. Ow. And yeah, the vocal mix on the Crystal Guys, I do really like.
You should have run when you had the chance.
Omniground Dash, I do need to equip that. Let's have a look. Ah, damn it. I won't be able to equip it until after this is done.
Keep up.
Chop ya. Pow. Oops, wrong one. Should change that too.
Thunder.
So put a one burst out, and then we'll. There you go. The good thing with Torrent is that you don't need to be able to see the bad guy to hit him. It's great for surprise attacks.
You should have run when you had the chance.
Bond is way too good, you know? He doesn't have any, like, guaranteed hits like some of the others do, but he's extremely difficult to dodge his shit. Kapow! Oh, lightning, eh? I also appreciate that with the summons, they really thought hard as to how the summons, like, how they would actually work. So, for example, Leviathan slowly reduces the opponent's bravery like a deluge of water. Ifrit, fire, powerful. Like, it will increase the amount of bravery you have. Shiva will freeze the opponent's bravery, which is quite clever. Nice, Draken. We're playing Dissidia 012. Story mode. Must remember, change settings. Kapow. God, it feels so satisfying in this game to attack. This is like the first time, I think with like Crisis Core, when I'm fighting with Zack, it doesn't really feel like I'm fighting with him or as him. Right? It just feels like I'm inputting commands. With this, it feels extremely visceral, and the ability to customize your fighters just the way you want them as well does kind of mean underground dash. It really does make you feel as though you are actually in control of that character. Yeah, I think that's... Oh, yeah, one more thing we need to do. So, just because I've noticed, so I put that down. Back in the old days, I used to have wind burst on square down, so let's do that instead.
You're different from me. You're strong.
You can make your own decisions. You already have. You don't want to fight.
My own decisions.
They really do make her a bit
This
too, like,
battle's gonna be over
fragile,
before
you know?
And I can already tell you Cosmos is going to be the winner.
I want to see it grab the bull by the horns more.
Once Chaos is out of the picture, things ought to settle down a little bit. Then we'll all be able to go home, right? Go somewhere safe and hide out until all this is over. Somewhere where you won't have to fight.
What?
I'll come and find you before we go to fight Chaos. Then, you can come back to see Cosmos with the rest of us.
To see Cosmos?
Yeah, if you become one of her warriors,
Finding friends,
you
I love
should
this
be able
song.
to go back to wherever you came from too.
Oh.
Anyway, I better get going. I've still got some fighting left to do. Find somewhere to lay low. I'll be back for you.
Dissidia is also the first time when Square Enix realised that if they put all of their franchises together,
What is
you
it?
can draw in a lot of fans from different games. Which is where, what was it, the
My
Opera
name's
Omnia came,
Terra.
and Record Keeper. All of those modern games that try and
Terra.
use all of Final Fantasy all in
Nice to
one.
meet you, Terra.
Okay, and that is Van's story, which is not particularly long or interesting, but at least we get to meet Terra. And it doesn't really end with like a big boss battle. Let's put him back to normal. Okay. Use him later. Right. Clues. Yeah, I love Laguna. I love him a lot. There is one of my favourite moments for Laguna in this particular story. I think we can change our summons now. Rubicant is great. Let's set reserve. So Rubicant. Let's put on. Where is he? Moogle? Fuck off. That's always good. Where's Shiva? Perfect. Laguna's long wandered alone. Hoping to reunite with his friends as he crosses the snow plains to reach the jungle. Yay! There's music from Final Fantasy VIII that I love. So Laguna is a mid to long range fighter. Oh shit, we should... can't just level. I will do it when we get out. I do not have... Okay. Yeah, well. So I won't be able to adjust his level low. I should have done it beforehand. But alas, we live and learn. Yay! God, the music in this game is so satisfying. Ah. Fuck. Laguna is the hardest new character to use, but God is he satisfying. This should end it. There you go. Split laser super hard to dodge. And Laguna, they have him fight with a miniature Ragnarok from Final Fantasy VIII, the spaceship, which is rad as hell. Also, he is beautiful, and I think they did a really good job with his performance. Although actually his performance does kind of sound like Troy Baker just a little bit, but I know he does Snow in Final Fantasy XIII, so maybe he also did Laguna here. Should Google.
There you go. Get him! This'll be a blast.
So Laguna, they had to basically invent a lot of how he would actually fight in battle, mainly because, of course, in the original game, he just had a machine gun, and that was it. So what they decided to do is actually make him more of a machinist. For example, Edgar in Final Fantasy VI. So he uses a huge array of different weapons. So the machine gun, of course, is his best default weapon, but, for example, they also have the sniper rifle, which is a lot of fun. And what else? Ow. Shotgun. Which is great. The timed bomb, which is fun. We've got an electroshock shield, which will reflect back magic attacks. Which is one of my favourite abilities to do. And of course, all the Ragnarok attacks. He also has like missile launchers, things like that. Bazooka.
Try again tomorrow. Got a case of the jitters? There you go!
Whoa. I love that satellite attack. Probably a reference into being the president of Estar, which is a spacefaring nation with satellite technology, which is nice.
Got a case of the jitters?
How? Ah, shit. She got moved the last one. Yeah. I love the blade attack.
Just try again tomorrow.
You can actually get Laguna's old man outfit in this game, which is a lot of fun. You can also play him as a Galbadian soldier and as a knight. It's a lot of fun. He is a great character. They had a lot of fun making him. See how many times I'm saying the word fun? It's because Dissidia is so much fun. It's got Julia's song for the overworld music. Like, they gave every single character their own overworld music. Some of the areas they place people are super nuanced as well. So we've met Vaughn, there we go. When you first take over Terra in her own chapter, she starts off in a snowfield, which of course is precisely how Final Fantasy VI started as well. Yeah, that's all optional stuff. Yeah, we can skip that and just go with the story. That I had mine on you. Yeah. Laguna's great to play in the overworld map because he just murders people with a machine gun. It's nice.
Have you thought this through?
Haha! Kuja is an interesting character because if you can get ahead of steam, it can be really hard for your opponents to escape your magic attacks. But he is very vulnerable while casting, so if you have any attack that can just whack your enemy from afar without doing much work, it's kind of game over for him. So he's a really bad matchup with Laguna. Round chain, eh? hate window shoppers, eh? Alright, there is something I need from you, which is multi-chains.
There you go.
Oops, shit. Didn't mean to shoot you. My apologies, Moogle. The Moogles in this game look really messed up. Gateway to Decay. Could I clear him? Yeah, fuck it, might as well clear him. I want that chest anyway. Should be over quick.
Piece of the jitters.
Kapow! God, I love Satellite Ray.
Just try again tomorrow.
What do we got? Gunner. Me again.
Got a piece of the jitters. Look out!
I love the sniper rifle. Shit! Oh, good. I almost got satellite beamed myself.
Just try again tomorrow.
Completely forgot to level him down again. I am a fool. Lightning.
Piece of the jitters.
Pow! Not like this.
Just try again tomorrow.
I still think Cypher would have been an amazing addition to this game. I do wish that rather than Ultimecia... Ah! Don't you run away from me. Oh yeah, I forgot I had Rubicon on. Haha, look at my bravery now. Shit. Nope, wrong one. There we go.
This'll be a blast. This'll be a blast.
The Cloud of Darkness and Laguna do have some things in common in terms of their how they play. The long range attacker. There we go.
Just try again tomorrow.
Two more. The last fight in this run should be a little bit interesting because it's not a normal bad guy we'll be facing. We'll be facing a slightly twisted version. It's still low level, so all of the AI isn't great. Not like this. So, the last enemy in this row of battles is like a weird golden bad guy who is slightly melted looking. That represents a mannequin who has probably got extremely low health but is extremely dangerous. Let's have a look. It's going to be Kane because it's a Dragoon. So it's only level 4. If you notice there's HP, it's got 1 HP, but his bravery is extremely high. At least it would be if I wasn't massively over-leveled here. But yeah, they can be extremely dangerous to deal with. Pow! Eliminated.
Just try again tomorrow.
Okay. Still not enough to recoup my losses in terms of KP, but hey. Cannot have everything. $50 gil. That was worth it. Varn is such a bastard. He said the mannequins look smarter than Laguna. Yeah, she's out of range.
There you go.
There you go, got that. Try and get a...
There you go.
Ah, shit. There we go.
Have you thought this through? Bombs away!
Ooh. Yep, that almost hit me. Anti-air is very quick HP attack that the Guide of Darkness does.
Try again tomorrow.
It's very good for defense.
There you go. There you go.
Minimal glowy orbs. I see one. See two.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, why? Thank you. Which podcast is it that you're talking about? Let's go down to level 30 just to make this more sporting. And let us... not that now, to abilities. Transformation sequence, yeah. Yeah, I've been twitching since I started another podcast for Final Fantasy games. Why, thank you. You are far too kind to me, Andy. Yeah, blocking. I don't tend to block in this game particularly often, but I will if I have to. Am I going to have to multi-chain this one? Yeah, looks like I'll have to take one. Huh. Annoyingly enough, I cannot get all of the enemies in one go. Boo. Alright. No. Not even close. Yeah. Okay, so the most I can have is one left, I believe. Alright, we'll do this.
Got a piece of the jitters?
Haha, gotcha. Thought you could slide away from me, eh?
Just try again tomorrow.
With all of the loading times and the introductions and the endings of the fights, trying to do like 5 fights in a row can take a while. Which I kind of wish they would just do it all in one big like party fight. Like they can do that. So it's not particularly a convenient game to play. But because you're constantly getting that positive reinforcement, like
Try again tomorrow.
everything feels extremely satisfying. There's a lot of reward mechanisms in here. It is incredibly addictive. Nice, same trick worked. You try and slide away, I get him with the buster.
Just try again tomorrow.
Oh, I keep leveling too. Must be my lucky day.
Have you thought this through?
Gonna. Ow! Fuck. There we go. Got him with the blades. His missile went behind my reflective shield, which is kind of clever actually.
Try again tomorrow.
Curved around the back. Not bad.
Have you thought this through?
Absolutely I have. Nah, just out of range.
Look out! Hey, you!
Yeah! Bad attack. Uform's got good reach. It's very hard to dodge. Okay. Cancel it out. Here we go. Quarantine. Crimson Fuego. This has been the hardest year of my life, I think. Yeah.
Try again
It's
tomorrow.
been bad. It's been real bad over here, but yeah, I'm still here. Despite everything, it's still me. Thank you for asking, though. How's quarantine been for you?
Got a piece of the jitters? Look out!
Haha. Gotcha.
Just try again tomorrow.
Yeah, being in school during a pandemic, absolutely. Uh-oh, Van disappeared. So maybe there's an exit out of here. Engage this piece to find its true form. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm not going back into teach during this pandemic, because I'm
Well,
not sure
now,
my nerves could take it,
Is this
quite
my
frankly.
first time through here, or my second?
The only thing we can tell you is that it is your last.
Laguna's biggest
Who's
weakness
there?
is sexy ladies.
A warrior of cosmos, are we? Come with foolish thoughts of slaying us.
Oh! Hey, no need to get upset. No offense meant. I'll be on my way.
So soon? We've not
God,
had
I
a
do love him
guest
'cause he
in
looks like
some
Tifa.
time. At least allow us to bid you a proper farewell.
So for the cutscene after this fight, I should tell you one thing. Is that whenever Laguna gets sexually aroused or nervous, he gets a massive leg cramp.
I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Should we dodge that? Go with the pummel. That's fine as long as I can dodge HP attacks. Bam. Alright. So one more should finish her off. Just being very cautious. shotgun is great. It goes off very quickly. Got it.
Just try again tomorrow.
Right, Laguna, you hot son of a bitch.
It is time we put an end to this game. What's wrong? Frozen by fear's icy grip?
Of course not. No, not at all. Just I was just admiring your appearance is all. Not any particular part of your appearance much. Leg cramp.
Unbelievable. Cosmos must rest well with brave defenders of your like.
Hey, don't look at me. I couldn't believe it either. Somebody had to tell her how to pick them better, you know?
So, you disrespect even the goddess whom you serve. We would pity her, did we not oppose her?
Ma'am, I don't exactly serve anyone. I'm just working with her, that's it. If the world comes to an end, that's bad news, right? So the only choice that leaves is to try and protect it. Then again, you know, it could be a little tough the way things are. What with these, what are they? Munchkins?
Mannequins?
Yeah, them. That's what I meant. Those things are getting real old real fast. It's ridiculous. Where do they all come from? Anyway, I plan on finding a way to get back home. Munchkin infestation or not. I'm just doing what I gotta do to make that happen.
Johnny Young
I'm not
Bosch is in this
serving
game.
anyone or anything like that. Sure, I might not be a god, but I figure I have some hope. I mean, that's all a soldier like me's really got, right?
Mannequins have no place in this world. They are a foreign presence that unbalances a most delicate equilibrium.
Huh?
Know this, human. Mannequins are cursed mockeries of men that crawled forth from the rift and now befoul this realm. Their masters do no more than pull the puppet's strings.
Really? So you aren't making them then?
There exists a portal which connects this plane to theirs. Seal that door, and no more of the puppets will be able to emerge.
Meaning, they won't keep multiplying.
Yeah, that's a
great
good question,
deal of
Andy,
their
whether her
taint has
outfit
already
is
spilled
approved.
forth from the gate and into this realm. If you desire to stem its flow, follow the trail and seek out the source.
She's the power of the void
Closing the
incarnate,
door
so
sounds easy enough,
I don't think it matters what
but
she looks
that's
like.
really all it
She's great.
takes. Why would you tell me?
Did you not listen? These beings surge through the portal even as we speak.
Keith David is in this game. That's
Should you
wild.
choose to seek it out, all you will find is endless battle and certain doom. As for us, we are but curious to see what manner of death you select for yourself.
Chaos. He plays Chaos himself.
First things first. Better let everyone know what's up.
I like how he just believes her instantly. He's just, yeah, my enemy. She's hot. She's not wearing very much. She must be telling the truth. And in fact, she is. The mannequins are actually not created or maintained by Chaos whatsoever. In fact, the mannequins are introduced in the 12th cycle because Cosmos decided to break the rules. And so Cosmos decided to break the rules by granting all of her champions her own power because she doesn't want her warriors to die anymore. God, I love this storyline. It's great. Let's get it down to... Yeah, maybe 30 was too high. I was kind of still kicking a bit too much ass. Let's do like 25, right? Let's try with 25, yes. And Yuna is an amazing character to play. Yeah, so because Cosmos broke the rules, Shinryu, who's actually setting all of this up, he's like, fuck it. If you're going to break the rules, so am I. And just starts flooding everything with mannequins. So it is implied that Yuna's actually been in this world for some time, because she has more memories of her previous world than most other people. And she's been travelling with Jecht, which is cool. And Jecht in this version of the world is actually a good guy, whereas in the later cycle he's actually a bad guy. So they gave him a nice, good outfit. Let us hurry here, Sir Jecht. God, I love Yuna. Straight chain. Yeah, Kapow, let's do this.
Please, let me pass.
So, with Yuna you can use her summons from the game, and she has unbelievably hard to avoid HP attacks. There's only one problem with her, is that the models they use for all of the summons are kind of like half done, and they are all kind of static because they cannot afford, in terms of the memory space, to do anything other than that. That's the only gripe I have about her. She is not as fun to play in Dissidia NT, which, I mean, the whole of the game is not as fun to play.
Please, let me pass. Release. Ixia.
God, I love Ixia. It's so fast.
Here's the darkness.
Kapow. Don't let it end.
Maybe I'm learning too.
Yuna is, of course, being voiced by Hedy Beres, who did her in the original Final Fantasy X. She sounds like she's playing Yuna slightly differently than she did in 10, but it's pretty good. Haha. See you later, Crimson. I'll be going for like another hour and a half, probably.
Maybe I'm learning too.
Yes, Yuna, you are. When Yuna goes into X mode, it is so much fun because she uses two of her summons at the same time. So all of her attacks change into double attacks. It is very cool.
Maybe I'm learning too.
No, Jecht. Where did he go? They've been split up. Now this is an interesting scene.
Sir Jecht? Sir Jecht, where are you? He's gone. Guess I'm alone. Better try and find him. Right? Wonder if a whistle would work here. Maybe in this world, he might really come running.
Wishful thinking.
Sorry. You all right? You shouldn't hang around here. This place is kind of dangerous.
Tidus.
She said his name.
Did we meet somewhere before? Anyway, sorry. Really gotta get going.
I mean, he is a pro athlete.
That's him. No mistaking it. That's really him. Tidus, wait!
So some interesting things there. The characterization of Yuna is clearly meant to be post Final Fantasy X. The idea that she calls Tidus by whistling is something that she does in Final Fantasy X too. Tidus has not been here for very long. His outfit in this game is meant to be reminiscent of Jecht, which is why he's wearing very little clothing. Which is very interesting. And then hearing Yuna call him Tidus is a big change, because of course in Final Fantasy X no one ever said Tidus' name. Because you got to put it in yourself. So it's a bit of fun, them kind of delaying it. And she won't say his name much, specifically because she did not in Final Fantasy X either. Oh boy. Sheba, kapow. God, Sheba's great.
Maybe I'm learning too.
Yeah, maybe. There's the way to go. Yeah, they are. And like, this is very low res area, but god, this feels fun to run around the world map as Yuna. Like, the music is so nostalgic, they picked a very atmospheric spot. They use music from Final Fantasy X. Let's get a multi-chain or two. See him running around on the world map. Oops. Using the labyrinth music. Ugh. Sidon. I can't be really bothered because I'm already level 100 with Yuna because, you know, I get a bit obsessed and like to grind. So I'm not going to bother fighting all the enemies. Let me just clear the ones I need to.
Do we really have to fight?
Absolutely, yes.
This is Hellfire. Freeze them now. Here's the darkness.
Yeah. The Ixion HP attack is so good for enemies above you. You can just zip them in.
Maybe I'm learning too.
Yuna's really hard to fight as well because her range is extremely long despite the fact she does not look like she would have any range. They put a lot of thought into how they were going to have Yuna put into this. You'll also notice that her beginning pose is that of descending when she is performing that in Final Fantasy X. So, again, a lot of visual references.
Maybe I'm learning too. Do we really have to fight? Giant with your light. Ifrit. This is Hellfire. Giant with your light.
And Veil 4's energy ray attack is very fast. Fuck.
Giant with your light.
There we go.
Maybe I'm learning too.
Yuna can actually wear her Final Fantasy X-2 outfit in this game, but it does not suit her movements or the fact that she summons. It only really looks good if you are using guns. Sedan fucks off, thank you very much. I'm not interested in Sedan. Let's continue with Yuna. So Jeppard is heading this way too. I see a garland. Aha, there you go.
Please, let me pass. Show your flame.
That was pointless, but hey.
Burn everything in sight.
God, Mega Flare's so good! It does a shit ton of damage, it is hard to beat, it reflects magic that hits it.
Maybe I'm learning too.
Unit is incredible to use as well for fighting Feral Chaos near the end of the game, because her HP attacks cover such a wide area. Oops. Yeah. Actually, the boss Unaleska in Final Fantasy X really reminds me of the Cloud of Darkness. I do think that was on purpose. God damn, that's a lot of enemies. X Revenge, yes, yes. So let's see. There's a piece there. That one covers a few. That one covers a bit more. That one covers the most. Yeah. I want those chests, so we may as well incite all of them.
Do we really have to fight?
Yes. Some people get extremely good at the Emperor from Final Fantasy II, this guy I'm playing, but I've never been able to get through him, and the computer characters don't really know to use him very well, so he's not particularly hard. Same with X-Death. X-Death is very easy to beat in this game because the computer doesn't know how to use him very well. If they had good AI, they would be unstoppable.
Please, let me pass. Show your flame. Burn everything in sight. Burn everything in sight.
Ah,
Freeze them now.
there we go. Got him with Shiva. Kapow. Which is extremely quick but close range HP attack.
Maybe I'm learning too.
A lot of the other magic users in this game are powerful, but it's kind of easy to predict what they're going to be doing. Yuna's summons are both very slow sometimes, but also very quick. So it is very hard to predict what she will do.
Lightning strike.
That being said, she doesn't have a huge move pool as well, so it's kind of easy to predict what other players will take into a fight. So you always kind of know what she will have access to. Many layers to trying to predict what you're up against in this game.
Please, let me pass? Dissidia! Lightning strike! Freedom! Burn everything in sight!
And no, I didn't get it.
Freeze them now, please!
Kapow. Sorry, Titus.
Maybe I'm learning too.
Only a few more fights. Yuna's path isn't particularly long, but it is interesting. Oh my god, this bastard brought Odin. Ow! Oh my god, he has almost killed me. Wow. You really do have to be careful around those, Oh, come on! Yeah, the golden ones are so dangerous. Especially this one, he's just using, energy rain a lot. Shit, he just wiped out my HP.
Gee, I really need to train some more.
Alright. I feel seen. Ah, thank god there is there's an elixir here, which I didn't actually notice before. That's useful. Yay. Yeah. So, we managed to recover our HP after almost getting murdered.
Please, let me pass. Show your flame. Dissidia! Lightning strike! Please, freeze them
Pow.
now. Maybe I'm learning too.
You know, that just won't have anything good. Let's just finish Yuna's story. Actually, I think there might be a little bit more. Not sure. It's
You?
checked.
What are you doing in a place like this?
Taking you down, old man. What else would I be doing here?
Is that it? They call you here to try and beat me, did they? You just can't get enough of following in my footsteps, can you, boy?
Can the talk already? Bring it on! Or are you too scared?
Stupid kid. Gone and gotten yourself brainwashed. Well, you asked for it, you good-for-nothing punk!
Surject!
Yuna!
Wait, please, just wait.
Don't worry. I can handle this brat on my own. You hang back and keep safe.
Yuna?
No, I won't let you. He'll understand if I explain. He'll remember. I know he will. Please, just give me a little time.
You sure?
Hey, it's me, Yuna. The summoner, remember?
I don't know any Yunas. But get out of my way. This is my fight. It's got nothing to do with you.
Yes, it does. It has a lot to do with me. You remember our journey together, don't you? Even I don't remember everything. But I do remember you. I'd never forget you.
I don't...
You fought to keep me safe. You told me all kinds of stories.
I don't know what you're talking about, okay? I told you. Get out of my way. Don't make me go through you.
I'm not moving. I know you won't hurt me.
What are you talking about?
Titus, I've wanted to see you for so long. If you just remember, there won't have to be any more fighting. I'll stay with you and keep you safe until you do. So please, come with us.
Look, Look out!
Wow. Titus really went
Stay
down
with us.
super easy.
You seasoned ones are a troublesome lot.
awakening
Seasoned.
memories in others better left forgotten.
You're for chaos. Tidus!
Hey!
Oh, weird. The sound got all weird.
If not for your meddling, we may have borne witness to a more ironic tragedy here.
Sir Jecht, take Tidus someplace safe. You'll pay for this. I will take you down myself.
So the bit in Final Fantasy X they're actually referencing here is so the Emperor has a lot of crossovers with Seymour as a character, Maester Seymour. Not even just how they look, but you know how the type of magic they perform, the imperious way they hold themselves, and the way they kind of draw these parallels is when Yuna like brings up her staff, like I'm going to beat you too. That's kind of what she does to Seymour in Macalania Temple in Final Fantasy X. On top of that, the way they draw a comparison here is by using the Seymour battle music from 10 as well.
He won't. I'll make sure of that. Strike now.
So the Emperor's... Right, I have used X mode, so let me just show you what Yuna is like in X mode. She is... fucking strong as shit. He's staying away from me because he knows I will murder him. Come here. No! God, you made me waste my X mode, you bastard. Best thing to do the Emperor is just keep him on his toes, because if he has time to set up traps, he will be more difficult to fight. Kapow! No! Here we go.
I won because of all of you.
Oh, it seems that events have taken a rather interesting turn.
Sir Jecht!
He has given his own strength to his son. The man's body is now but an empty vessel. I've acquired quite the unexpected boon. It's time that we part ways, my lady.
But our battle isn't over.
No, but the war may as well be.
What are you...
Your hands will be full enough fighting mannequins.
I love his
Let
weird
that one
bangs.
fall before them just the same, if that is what he wishes.
Sir Jecht!
So that's actually how Jecht ends up as a warrior of chaos in the next cycle.
Tidus, open your eyes.
Is that to save Tidus from death, I guess? He gives up his own life
What now?
so that Tidus can make it into the next cycle
What do I do?
as a warrior of Cosmos.
Vaughn! Laguna!
Hey, are you okay? What happened?
Yuna?
Where do I even start?
Yeah, you kind of cocked this one up.
How about with a deep breath? Take your time and fill us in. All right, I get the gist. Nothing to go getting upset over, though. Hear me out, will you? If he got taken away, that means he's still alive, right?
Sort of.
And Tidus is over there sleeping like a log.
I bet a good punch would wake him right up.
Tactful as a freight train, aren't you, kid? So, Yuna, kicking and punching aside for the moment.
I didn't say we should kick him.
Well, whatever we do with him, the three of us still have some fighting to do with all of Chaos's other warriors.
This game is kind of like
So what
mega
we
fan
probably
fiction.
shouldn't be
I'll say
doing
that
right
much.
now is sitting around here getting all glassy-eyed and glum about things.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Well then, we're agreed. The only thing we can do is keep moving forward, right?
Right.
Macro fanfic. I like that. I think that's a good term to use this. Right, that is Eunice chapter done. Let me unlevel her again. Or re-level, even. Here we go. Okay, lightning time. Have not leveled lightning yet, despite the fact that I really enjoy playing as her. Not really going to use really much. Crushing blow, thunderfall. Yep, fine, fine, fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. This game is actually written by 2 women. Who also worked on Kingdom Hearts, actually, I think. But Tetsuya Nomura is the creative producer. Kefka's enigmatic words, Kane's betrayal. Similar questions still lingering. Lightning is alone on her way to Sanctuary. Mannequins everywhere. What the hell is Kane thinking? When were those stupid crystals that Cosmos was talking about up here? I love how irreverent they all are towards Cosmos. They do not see her as a benevolent god. They're just like, yeah, this kind of mopey loser summoned us to this world and made us fight to the death. We need to go that way to get back. Actually, this is a really short chapter. It's one labyrinth and that's it. Thunder Lady. Right, Moogle, what do you got? What do you got for me? You got pebbles and that's it. Okay. Right, so this gateway will lead back to Sanctuary. Yeah, there's a lot of Yoshitaka Amano here. A lot of the outfits as well are actually just Amano artwork turned into this game, which is kind of fun. Yeah. This is our best bet. Right, so we have a really tough enemy and 2 small enemies. Should be fine. I'm pretty good at lightning, I think. We're also over-leveled. It should be easy. Oh, look, it's Yuna again. Kapow! Lightning's a lot of fun to play. They get her character down really well. She's kind of meant to be the team leader, almost like the protagonist of the 012 cycle of this, game storyline. But she really is not particularly interesting in either Final Fantasy 13 or this game. They never do much with her in terms of character development. But she's stylish at least. Shit, missed it. Pow. There we go.
I did what I had to do.
012 came out just after Final Fantasy 13, I think, was out by maybe 6 months, a year, something like that. So it is kind of cool how they took PS3 graphics and decided to pare it down to go into the PSP.
This ought to be easy.
It will be.
Get ready.
Sorry, Jack. Still up, are we? Ow! I forgot I didn't have Omni Ground Dash on. Bahamut, eh? And dead.
I did what I had to do.
Yay, give me elixir. Right, and now we actually this is all of Lightning's story here. I guess because she also did the prologue as well.
Lightning.
I guess the rest of them still haven't made it back here yet. The fighting out there. It's something else. Those things, those mannequins, they just keep coming. And every one of them wants us dead. And Cain, I don't know what he's after, but he's turned on us. And now he's attacking his own allies. I got separated from the others. I'm not sure they even managed to get out.
Cosmos?
It's Jecht. I felt his spirit growing weaker, and then it vanished.
Vanished? So he was slain by one of Chaos's fiends.
I wouldn't bet on it. They have someone on the inside doing their work for them.
You think Cain did it?
Jack's not the only one he's gotten to. I saw him with my own eyes. I saw the friend he'd already betrayed. And I saw him try to claim his next victim too.
You must be mistaken. I can sense all of the other warriors are still...
The other warriors aren't coming! Listen to me. 2 of us made it out of that mess alive, and you're looking right at them. We keep taking orders from you, and we can forget about the crystals. We won't last that long. Of all the stupid things to die for.
You are absolutely correct. We cannot win.
No!
You too. Just like Cain, huh? Another traitor. What do you even want?
I am afraid that does not concern you at present.
I love Warrior of Light so much more interesting than Lightning, which is something I never thought I would say. Yeah.
Toss aside your blade and say goodnight.
No thanks. It's not my bedtime.
It's not my bedtime. Oops. Let's go Ravager. Thundergar. Ow, fuck. It is implied that he does actually have a real name. Ah, fuck. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go into it. Shit. I didn't even do it right. Oh well. I still killed him anyway. I love the weird Odin swords.
Stop! You mustn't fight! Hear me, warriors. Stay your blades. Speak. You know more than you reveal.
My pardons. I meant to speak to you about Cain later. This fight, you see, Cain and I, we've yielded.
What does that mean?
No sooner had Cosmos imbued us with their power than the twisted warriors we came to know as mannequins appeared in this world. An endless spring of military might, directed by the forces of chaos. For each we would slay, 2 more would take its place. Had we so chosen, we could have battled until our last ounce of strength was drained. There was one thing, however, that we knew we could never do. Win. And the longer we fought, the more painfully apparent that became. It's no use. No matter how many fall, there is always another wave. What kind of numbers must these abominations have? Kane!
My friend, you're unscathed.
Yes, but breaks in the fighting are few and far between. I can only hope the others have fared as well.
Mannequins.
What of them?
I wonder, how do you place our odds? Against numbers like these,
Complicated
think
when
we
it comes
actually
to Kane.
stand to win?
I cannot speak for the outcome, but we can fight as long as we have strength.
That's one answer. You are correct. We can fight for as long as we have strength, and almost certainly lose. But if there were a way to make winning possible, by accepting that loss as inevitable, would you be able to commit yourself to such a purpose?
What do you mean?
We are trapped. This war is a cycle with no proper end. We fight and fall. We are revived, and the process repeats. I realize it's not easy to believe. But consider, if what I've said to you is true, then so is this. We'll have another chance. As long as some of our strength remains, we will be brought back and provided with a chance to fight again.
You're taking down your own allies and putting them to sleep so they'll get revived? You expect me to buy into that? You don't think we can win, so you think we should just lose on purpose?
I do. It is our only hope of success.
Where do you even dream up a fairy tale like that? Look, even if what you're saying wasn't completely crazy, what's the point in getting revived so we can keep fighting an endless war? I mean, if this war isn't gonna end, why even fight? What in the world are we doing here?
Making the war end.
Sounds
Is that
like
not correct,
George W.
Cosmos?
Bush.
We are here to use the power Cosmos has granted us, our crystals, to bring the cycle grinding to a halt. But as matters stand, we are doomed to fail before we can even obtain them.
Mannequins are merciless. They know only how to deliver death and destruction, from which there can be no return.
If we do not embrace the cycle, the crystals will never be ours to wield.
Not exactly uplifting.
We don't even have the time to consider our options.
It was my hope that you would journey onward, to face the next battle.
And you? What are you going to do?
I've sworn an oath to Kane. While he puts the other warriors to sleep, I am to serve as his shield.
Are you guys like brothers in arms to the bitter end?
Whatever hope we have rests upon you in the next fight. Sometimes you must lose a battle to win the war. Please try to accept this. The crystals are our only hope.
You're wrong. The two of you can do whatever you want. But don't go asking me to believe in this crap. Me? I make my own fate. I'll keep looking for hope until I find some.
Lightning.
Say your next battle were to start now. There wouldn't be any fewer enemies out there. And starting over fresh doesn't guarantee we'd get our crystals any faster either. At the very least, we might as well cut their numbers down first. It sure can't hurt, can it? And it might just give us a shot.
Guess now is as good a time as any. Just happens I've got some intel that might change the whole game. You want to even our odds? Try this on. I know where the mannequins are coming from. Well, more how to find where they come from. But if you want to go looking, I'm up for it.
You are?
You know, I'm in too. I promised to help end this thing, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not giving up now. I'm finishing what I started. We've got better things to do than napping.
Vaughn.
I'm coming too. I can't just sleep here while you're all out fighting. I can't turn my back on people like that. If I can help, then I'll keep fighting. Yuna.
The road you choose is no easy one. You would still walk it, knowing what you face? Very well. Then I shall place my hope and trust in you.
Well then, guess it's a date. Looks like we've got some mannequins to disassemble.
Right, so basically the characters of Duodecium 012, the 12th cycle, basically decide to forego getting into the next cycle in order to make it easier for the next ones to win in that cycle. So I think I might have time to do a bit of Kane. Kane's pathway is pretty interesting. You cannot use Kane in the final area, so you are kind of stuck with him in terms of being able to use him in the story only here. So you only get to use him for this particular story. Yeah, let's play it. Mannequins are hot on Kel's trail, Kane's trail as he continues to travel alone. He harbours his friends in the desert for a greater chance to a future of hope. So, Kane is interesting. In Final Fantasy IV, he was brainwashed. So he was evil for a bit, but then he was like, well, I also kind of wanted to be evil as well. So to carry over this kind of idea of betrayal, they do have him being being a betrayer in this game as well. The way they do that is by having him attack his companions, but the goal is basically to attack them just enough so that they're kind of dead, I guess. Yeah, let's use a jump chain. So that he can, I don't know, put them to sleep and they will wake up without any damage in the next world, so they can actually use their crystals. And God, I love Kane. Kane is great. None of his attacks feel cheap. He feels extremely measured. Snorri, oh you bastard. And all of his attacks are... they feel really good. Ow, fuck. God, like, jump. It's so good. Ow. There we go. Jump is hard to dodge, because they go off screen for a second. And unlike every other iteration of a Dragoon in a Final Fantasy game, you follow the Dragoon as he jumps up. So you do get that really visceral, physical feeling. It feels so good to play a Dragoon.
Do you expect to win?
Damn it. Skyrave is an amazing move.
Your levity is reprehensible.
His lines are great too.
You're out of luck.
hoping I was out of range for that. Pam. God, I love Gungnir. It's such a great attack. This iteration of Kain is also hugely influential on the Final Fantasy XIV Dragoon moveset as well. And also in the character of Estinian. Estinian in Final Fantasy XIV really has a lot of overlap in terms of how they present Kain in this game as well. Which is why I say that Dissidia is a lot more influential on Final Fantasy than merely like meta fanfiction, mega fanfiction. Yeah, he's dead. His two other outfits are so good as well.
The mannequins' numbers are growing, day by day. I need to hide the others away. Rest will have to come later. Golbez, I believe what you told me. I will trust your words. Soldiers who take our forms. What foul magic is this?
Flashback.
I see the mannequins have begun to take their toll.
Golbez.
I love Golbez. He's so good.
Fear not. I have not come to fight you. My purpose this day is merely one of observation. To see how you fare against the endless horde you face.
I trust you've seen. Who could have imagined I'd greet the end here, in this foreign world? Tell me one thing. If chaos triumphs, this place will be destroyed. Is that truly what you seek to bring about?
What victory will bring about is the end of fighting, not of the world itself. What purpose is there in explaining the truth to people doomed to disappear?
Disappear? You know something.
This war of the gods is endless. It has been repeated countless times already. Let me be clear. The safety of this world is assured. It must go on, because the war will. You do not believe me, do you?
Had you expected otherwise?
I suppose not. With no memories, it would seem absurd.
Explain.
You were bested in battle and revived to fight anew. The process of your revival required your memories be purged. You've forgotten that the cycle repeats itself, and thus you mistrust my words. Look to your deeper memories, and you will see the proof of what I say.
I love this guy's voice.
What deeper memories?
Those who are summoned to this world arrive with almost no recollection of their past. But you remember Cecil and I. You have memories of our home world. The more that you fight, the more those memories will return. That you have already remembered so much, that is proof that you...
Kain!
Cecil!
My brother Cecil is the same as you. When we are first called here, we do not even remember those closest to us.
Kain, are you all right?
See for yourself. The truth is there if you seek it.
Missed. Kane, are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Good. We should go. It's best we all stay together.
Cecil, have you... your memory? It still hasn't returned, has it?
No. But I have begun remembering you. Bit by bit, the more we fight. It's the same for you, right? The more you fight, the more the pieces fit themselves together. Don't worry. As long as we keep fighting, our memories will come back eventually. We'll be all right.
Cecil looks like he's got a bunch of fluff stuck in his hair. I like that.
As the fight wears on, our old memories return. A vague clue, but that much seems to be certain. More importantly, it is the sole proof we have as to this war's unending nature.
Honestly, that cutscene really did not say that much. God, I love the music they use for Kane's Overworld music. So the interesting thing about Kane is that they've decided to characterize him post Final Fantasy IV, after he has kind of, you know, turned good, for less of a want of a better term. Same with Golbez. The character of Golbez in Final Fantasy IV is initially very like cookie cutter, look how evil I am, but then you realise that he is brainwashed like everyone else by Zemus. And so the makers of the game kind of asked themselves, what would Golbez be like if we just took this character, had him be on the evil team, but had all of his memories? Like, he's not controlled by anyone here. And they kind of figured, yeah, he'd actually try and stop all of this. He'd actually try and fix the world. So yes, he's on the evil team, but he's honestly not particularly friendly with any of the gods. Yeah, so we're travelling around with Firion. Final Fantasy II. Voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, apparently. So I just read.
You're out of luck.
Gotcha. Oh shit. She nailed me. Wow, good job. There we go.
Your levity is reprehensible.
God, you're so serious, my dude.
Do you expect to win?
Wow. God, I love this attack. Look at that. You just charge them all the way up to the ceiling. It does a shit ton of damage. You're pretty much guaranteed to also slam them into the ceiling as well, so it does extra wall rush damage. Super hard to avoid. It's great when the opponent is on the edge of a platform. Just push them all the way up to the ceiling. Oh my god. Fucking Snort blew away a 2. Shit, 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 shit. You bastard. Oh yeah, you can also charge, jump up, hit an opponent in the air, and then slam him back down, which is super fun. Hard to pull off, but when you do, you feel bloody incredible. first. Here we go. Used all of protection. Bastard. Ah, it's fine. Killed him anyway. Such a good move. If you manage to nail an opponent with Gungnir when you're up in the air, it will just send him quite a bit of the other way to the other side of the map as well. There's something that makes you kind of indignant when you get hit by one of Kane's HP attacks.
I will shoulder the burden.
Copied over my bravery. Here we go. Ah, shit. Yes, got it. Kabam! God, I love Kane, he's so good. It's very satisfying.
What I begin, I finish.
Spoken like a true sex worker. Good on you, Kane. When you see some of the others, did you get separated from them? That is our predicament. Don't worry, we're both doing fine. Yet it is too soon to slumber. Okay, Kane, we know you're going to attack Firion at the back at some point. Make him like a serial killer. It does have an arcade mode. And the arcade mode is extremely good, extremely quick, extremely satisfying. They also have a lot of these side stories in these reports as well, where you get to see a bunch of scenes. Like when Jecht gave his life force over to Tidus, you actually get to see that scene in one of the side reports, which is pretty nice. Because otherwise it feels a bit like, oh shit, suddenly he's dead. You get to see a bunch of scenes from like past and... Oh, we both miss each other. Past and future cycles as well, so you can kind of see where Gabranth and Shantotu fall into the story, and Prish. Now Jet. Goodbye. Pow. God, that felt good.
Your levity is reprehensible.
So judgy. Yeah, I didn't kill him for any particular good reason. I see Cloud of Darkness. She's super dangerous in the world map because it's really hard to avoid her stupid tentacle attack. Oh well. End it.
Your levity is reprehensible.
Such a good line. Alright, I think this is actually the last dungeon in the place, if I recall correctly. Gateway of True Intent. Well, that could be a reference to. Can I jump? Yes, I can. I'll get rid of at least those two. There's actually a really good mode in this game called Labyrinth mode, where your characters go in with no equipment, and you have to earn equipment by traversing this weird gambling panel. It is a lot of fun. It is very difficult. The only character you get to choose is your original character. Everyone else you have to earn. It's a fun way of creating like unlimited leveling, almost. I'll do a bit of it on stream sometime as well, same with arcade mode. Fallacious Tree. Shit, no! It's gonna break me. Oh, or not. I'm so over leveled that it did not break my defences. Should be okay. Yeah. Either way, he was gonna die.
Your levity is reprehensible.
Kane is so serious.
Do you expect to win?
Ow. Nice. If you can shove a computer character into the trap areas, like at the bottom of the map,
Your levity is reprehensible.
guarantee a hit with a HP attack in a chase. It is kind of nice. $20 They're so low because I've already gone through this area.
Do you expect to win?
I do. Sorry, Lightning. And again. Pow! Seek a power level. What's up with that? Gosh. I love that attack.
Your levity is reprehensible.
What's coming? A Mongol. There's the last one, do we? Mount chain, that sucks. Mount chain is where it's at. Straight chain. Mount chain. Press chain. There we go. Oops. Yeah, let's just go on through. So this should be the final, final little dungeon. Gateway, they call them. Where do you come? You're great at jumping, Kane. Thank you. Multi-chain. Let's get them all in one hit.
You're out of luck.
Hell.
Your levity is reprehensible.
Oh my god. Man. He is using his HP attacks like nothing. Wow. Haha, ah, shit. Ah. This is quite an interesting bad guy. I'm not doing well against him. He had Odin all this time. Fuck off. Shit. Okay, use my assist to break free. Nice, okay. Finally got in a hit, and he's only got 1 HP left. There we go. Interesting bad guy. That actually was quite a fun battle.
Your levity is reprehensible. Do you expect to win?
Do you expect me to talk?
Gotcha.
Haha. Damn it. Shit. I don't want to break. Oh, okay. Shit. That's fine. Assist break, and then got him. Took a tiny little bit of damage from this place. Bad. Good job, computer.
Your levity is reprehensible.
I'm saying good job as though it's particularly difficult to beat me. When we get to the higher level stuff, it's going to be kind of difficult. The real end boss of this game is extremely hard.
Do you expect to win?
It's a funny one. Lunar Ray, still fine. Oh, you. Gotcha. God, jump is so good. I love jump so much. I love using Dragoons in all of Final Fantasy games, but playing Kain in this one, you really do feel like you are a goddamn master of the skies. Right, let's end this playthrough. Engage this piece to find its true form. Furion, go on ahead without me. I feel an enemy's presence behind us. We'll be in poor shape if we're surrounded. Forgive me.
Kain, but why?
Go to sleep.
Furion, forgive me. Our hope must live on for the next battle.
I love his lipstick. I love his shade of lipstick. Oh my god.
You fell your friends, and yet you refuse to sell yourself to their enemies.
You again.
Tell me now.
Tell
where
me
do
now.
You mean to take that warrior?
What is it to you? You wish to deliver the felling stroke for me.
I I love Exdeath
no
and how
intention of revealing
he's so
my
shit.
allies' location. Follow me as you will. You'll learn nothing.
He's very entertaining. All he talks about is the void. Alright.
So, you offer your life in exchange for theirs?
Of course
Exit time.
not. I offer yours.
I offer yours. Ah, just because I'm about to break you, get rid of stage bravery. Well, oh. Ah, shit. Gotcha. Oh no, I do not have you. Woo. Gotcha. Ow. Oh, I did it. Yay. The Sky Rave, no less.
What I begin, I finish.
Impressive. You fight well. I almost wish we could continue.
Exdeath is so evil.
To leave the friend behind, or to stay and perish with him.
I will have both.
I had other plans. You're mistaken if you think dolls can defeat me.
So you choose to fight. You will not endure for long. Then again, perhaps you will find some peace when you are gone for good and all. It is far too late for you to win.
Do you take me for a fool? I'm well aware of our position. Abominations, can you hear me? Do you even have minds of your own? If you are aware of the world around you, you'd best rue the day you came here. I'm about to teach you pathetic mockeries the difference between you and a real man.
Huh. That's what I said on my first date. Did not go well. Right, and that was Kane's story. So, we will end it there. We only have Tifa's story, and then we will do the epilogue of the 012 storyline. But of course, then we have all of the 13th cycle to get through as well. I'm really enjoying going through this game. I've gotten obsessed with it as well very easily. So I really recommend, if you can get a copy, go out and get it. So have a good night, everyone. I will see you next week, and be safe.